Have you ever played tug of war? It's this really fun game where two teams stand on either side of this rope, and there's a ribbon typically in the middle, and your goal is to pull the ribbon onto your side. Sometimes our friendships can feel a lot like we're caught right in the middle of this tug of war. Mommy. Whoa! No! My back! Ah! Oh, thank God, the worst is over. Whew. We're like that ribbon that is being pulled back and forth by our friends in this tug of war. And many times we have this struggle between listening to good friends and bad friends. You may be thinking, how do I even know if they're a good friend or a bad friend? And the best way to answer that is to ask yourself a couple questions. Are they constantly pulling you to do wrong things? If so, I think they're a bad friend. Or are they pulling you in the right direction to do right things? If so, they're a good friend. Now, they may not follow Jesus, but if they pull you back in that right direction, they're a good friend. Likewise, if they're a friend that says they follow Jesus, but they're pulling you in the wrong direction, they're a bad friend. So which way are they pulling you? That will tell you what kind of friend they are. In the story of Samson and Delilah, Delilah was clearly a bad friend. She pulled Samson in the wrong direction. Samson didn't want to give in and tell her the secret of his strength because he knew it was the wrong choice. But she kept on bugging him about it. And it was like she was pulling harder and harder until finally he caved and made the wrong choice. And that choice eventually led to Samson being killed. Just like Delilah was pulling Samson to make bad choices, sometimes we have friends that pull us down and try to get us to make bad choices. Maybe there's a movie or a show that you know you're not supposed to watch, but they try to get you to watch it anyway by saying things like, your parents won't know that you watched it. What they don't know won't hurt them. They're pulling you in that wrong direction. Or maybe they try to get you to do something that you know you're not supposed to do and they just keep pulling you in that wrong direction. Maybe they try to get you to lie, cheat, or steal. They're bad friends and they're pulling us in the wrong direction. As we follow Jesus, we're going to need friends that help pull us in the right direction. But it's more than just making right choices or wrong choices. We know that we need to follow Jesus and get closer to Jesus, but we're going to need friends to help us do that. We need friends that will come alongside us and pick up the rope and pull us closer to Jesus. But this doesn't always happen. We have friends that tell us that Jesus can't help us with our problems. They say that our problem is too big for Jesus, and so we shouldn't even bother going to him with it. We might have friends that say we don't even need Jesus. We're just fine the way we are. So we shouldn't waste our time following Jesus. Or we might even have friends that make fun of us or are mean to us for following Jesus. These are bad friends. They're trying to pull us away from Jesus. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 15:33 that we should not be tricked, that bad company and bad friends are going to hurt our good character. Our friends matter, and we need friends that are going to encourage us. We need friends that are going to protect us from bad friends. And most importantly, we need friends that are going to pull us closer to Jesus. If we want to make choices that honor Jesus, we need good friends around us to help us do that. So we have to choose our friends wisely. That means that we choose friends that are pulling us to do the right things and ultimately pulling us closer to Jesus.